rekindling the flame. I'm trying to keep it burning. I kind of keep it in for the next day and then rekindle it. And it just takes the cold off in here. So I've got to keep kindling that flame. Especially through the winter. Oh, okay, so my batteries ran out of my camera and my charger wasn't charging them. So it took a little while, but I finally got a full charge battery now. So I've done a little bit, just a little bit of watercolour here. Just blending the background in a little, and then I've just painted these in with a little bit of watercolour and gouache. And they're coming out quite punchy, to be honest. So I'm just going to leave that background like that now. Maybe, depending on what I'm working on the frog. Well, it's Toad. And how I work around this fox here. But I thought I'd give you a quick catch up. It's Sunday and it was 2 degrees this morning. And it's getting really chilly. I am just hibernating and doing a bit of painting. Just gonna keep going on that way. I'm a bit worried about these ladybirds, whether they really are in the best place. So I felt I'd open this window, give them a chance to get out. And some of them are crawling away, they're all awake. It's a warmer day today, but I thought, oh there they go, yeah, I thought that I'd give them a little bit of a survival chance by giving them habitat. They like grass, and I've got a bowl of water here, it's dried up. Who's meowing? Oh, Oh! What are you doing, Harley? You want food? Don't you think you should go home? Let me in! Alright. This is the friendly neighbour. Oh, it's such a mess in here, look. Holly? Oh, go on, you can eat the leftovers. See, I've got to tidy up. Because there's no time for that if you're creative. I've got a bike problem. Not only has it got a puncture from being shoved in a shed, I had to buy a puncture repair kit and a pump, and I am going to have to empty out the back garden shed because there's no room for anything in here and it's chaos. So I've got a microwave. I've actually got 2 microwaves. I think I'm going to tidy this up. It's all a bit crowded. Gave me a smart meter. I'm not sure about that thing. I've got a pumpkin, of course. Winter supplies. Dreamies. But it's all looking a little bit neglected. It needs a bit of sorting out. My cupboard's sort of becoming the hallway there. Yeah, I need more room. It's the bike, it's got to go. I'll try and sort that while it's dry. I think someone's taken up a comfy cushion. I think you should go home, babes. How cute. He's a cheeky one. Okay, 10 minutes out of the rain. I'm flooding quite quickly. I don't really have drainage at the back and it's all on the water, but which is full and then overflows. So look at it now, it is quite deep. There's a little river running through my garden. Wow, so it's flooding. I like it when it's this wet. There's kind of a little river that runs through the garden. That's heavy rain. Hopefully it'll stop soon. It's never come in the house yet. But yeah, there's a bigger pond than there was before. Look at that, it's stopping, I think. Okay, it's about 8:05 in the evening, and I'm just wondering whether this is the perfect slow evening to try and get a little bit more painting done. This is very soft paint. What I'm discovering is the gouache and the watercolour. They're both really soft edged paints. So the best way to do it, I think, is to work it over twice, definitely. And it's kind of odd because you think you're doing it really dark, but it's just the water. And then the water evaporates and it's a lot sort of chrome than you think, sort of one tone. So I'm trying to get a little bit more punch in the shadows and in the highlights just by letting it dry, so I've got a nice new dry surface to work on. And that is hopefully going to just pick up the paint a little easier and give it a sharper edge, I hope. Of course, the only white part left really needs to be finished. And then I was going to leave this in a soft tone, but maybe I'll just pick out some of the features a little more. And then I've darkened the edge as well. If I was to do it again, I would do all sorts of things differently. This is very close to the edge, it's out further over this side. And this, because you've got to think of cropping or framing, of course, this is far too close to this edge, but I'll try and take it in here a little bit and it'll kind of maybe work. So, not a lot else to do. cosy up by the fire, and I'm really looking forward to picking out this fox. Who doesn't love a fox? And of course moving on to this stag, which all kind of hangs on that one. Okay, so finishing it. We're enjoying a cosy night. I've even made another coffee that could keep me awake for a while. But we've got a nice warm fire going. I'm fighting off cold, and there's all the paint in the world, so I'm going to carry on. Wow, well that was quite a lot of flooding. So this was Storm Babette, which you might have heard sort of devastated quite a lot of the north of England. And we had a lot of local flooding. Oh, we had a small flood in town as well. Just the river Bursted banks and a dip in the road had a big deep flood in it. Not too bad here. Some very sad stories from this flood. You know, water rising to sort of 5 foot within minutes. Makes you think really. The worst I suffered was a big puddle. So yeah, I kind of feel lucky I got away with that, but I had no idea it was so intense everywhere. So now it's days later actually, but it's still wet, it's still raining, and it's not really brightened up, but it's been a really sort of sleepy time. It's so dark, it's so wet. I've just not been getting up, and my body is going, yeah, because we hibernate, you know that. We humans hibernate. So anyway, I'm just staying warm, burning wood because I've got no more coal. Thank God that you can pick up this stuff and it keeps you warm. So yeah, put a large log on the fire, and I'm going to do the last, I hope, the last hill to finish this painting. I've just got the stag to paint. The stag is sort of the central figure of it all, and I've mapped out a little bit of it, I've blocked it out. I cannot get the eyes. The eyes are really hard, because most other animals have close set eyes like we do, but a stag has eyes here, so I cannot draw it without it looking like a human face gone wrong to me. So it's really definitely all in the eyes. So that's probably the best place to start. Okay, just turn that up a bit. Wow, I look as tired as I feel. It's been days. Maybe just get the bottom of that in. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to call it finished. I've got to admit, painting this stag was hard. It was hard. And to be honest, paintbrushes, they're just not fine enough, and this is where pen comes in. So a lot of people do mix watercolour and pen, and yeah, it's probably to get that finer detail, but I'm not going to go over it with a heavy pen. I quite like the pastel tones that you get with watercolours. The stag looks different from the source, and it looks different from the drawing I did, and so it's kind of developed its own character, a painted character, and I've done a bit to sort of enhance artistic license, sort of trying to pick out the antlers darker than they are, and they're still not quite right. What it really needs, I think, is to dry and then to be picked out again with a black line, but I'm not going to do that because it fades into the background. That gives it some depth, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. So my finished piece, a woodland autumn mushroom scene. I obviously neglected to put the slashing rain in here, but we do have big puddle. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of creativity. and if anything it may have inspired you to get out your own watercolours and your own paintbrushes. So thanks for watching, and I hope to speak to you all next time. Cheers, bye. I've got to get this tape off. I'm absolutely terrified that I'm going to tear the paper now. Shall we go? Maybe I'll let it dry. I'm going to take that tape off, hopefully very carefully, without tearing the paper. Alright, hope you liked it, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, I'm glad that's done. Taking days, it hurts taking days.